Two sides to the story. Two sides to the story.
What's up, guys? It's D. Damn. What's up, guys? It's D Lyles here, and I'm here with
Danielle,
and we're here with another edition of Talk. Because there's
always two sides to a story.
Kick it off for me.
All right, so today we will be talking about Acrimony, starring Taraji.
What's his name? What's his name?
Taraji P. Henson, who played Melinda, and Lyriq Bent, who played Robert.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them had met in college, and her mom ended up dying. And basically, Robert was a broke college student, and her mom ended up leaving her the house and money. So basically, later on, Robert wanted to perfect his battery, and that's all he focused on. They ended up getting married and all of that good stuff. And basically, for 18 years, Melinda was working 2 jobs by herself while Robert was just focusing on his battery. And eventually, his battery hit big and it was worth millions of dollars. But by that time, Melinda was already done with him and she filed for divorce. And he moved on and got with another woman.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, we're going to talk about who was wrong in this situation, because Melinda got on the boat with him and his new fiance. She shot Robert and hit him with the axe. So we're just going to talk.
Hit him with the axe, yeah. Over and beyond, because that's how women have to be sometimes, huh?
Whoa. But nobody told him to get married. That's why did they do that? But anyway, we're going to basically discuss who was wrong and why and what other choices could have been made. So let's start off with you.
All right. So let's take it all the way back to the beginning. And I know a lot of people have probably seen this movie. If you haven't, I mean, you can actually look the movie up and watch it. Or you can go on YouTube and just look at certain scenes. However, but we're going to go back, because we got to break all this down. Let's go back to the first time that they interact, period, okay? First of all, it seems as though it's a fairy tale, almost kind of like cartoon type of introduction, because they run into each other. But that's not to knock it, because it was very cool, you know. But in this case, she was very pissed that he actually knocked all of the papers out of her hand. You know, they were in college, right? So that right there should have told him, like, this man is very clumsy and he's just moving fast. He's not thinking, right? But cool.
They ran into each other.
Yeah, but it was more so like he just knocked the hell out of her, like almost the wind out of her. You know what I'm saying? That caught her attention. And sometimes that happens with us, man. Sometimes you gotta knock the wind out of a woman to be seen, I guess.
No.
In terms of just, you know, a kind of a pet, love thing, not like, flirtatious, not like, But anyway, so they fall in love, or whatever, he's like a college student that needs some help, with money.
Because he's broke.
Yeah, he's broke. Okay, he's broke. He's very broke. Now, on the other hand, Taraji, she is very wealthy, because of what her mom left her. The house and some money and some other things that she worked hard for, with the business that she has, and, the job she has, I'm sorry. And so she took it upon herself to do some things for him, for the guy. And
she bought this man a car, paid for his tuition.
She did. Now, watch this. She started to bring the man around her family. Her sister kind of didn't agree with it. At all, right? So then you got those kind of things, because she's thinking he's leeching off of her. And she's explained herself so many times to her sisters, this is what this is what it ain't. Cool. Now, man, he got good. Fellas, I ain't gonna lie, the dude tweaked and had somebody at his trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Having sex with another woman.
I
in
don't
his broke
completely think that they were having sex.
They were having sex. What are you talking about?
So watch this. Throughout the movie, in her head, she was saying things. So it was making it as she was singing it because she was kind of loose in the head and it was having flashbacks. So
not true.
So when she pulled up to the trailer, right?
She waited.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In her mind, she saw a hand hit the back of the window of the trailer.
It wasn't in her mind.
She freaked out.
That's what happened. He was hitting that so good, and the lady, her hand hit the window. Melinda seen that hand like, oh, hell no. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, she saw a hand miraculously hit the window, and she lost it, and she actually ran into the trailer. Right, and flipped the trailer completely like on the other side. He comes out hysterical. Oh, babe, I'm sorry. Right, I'm sorry. You know. Sometimes how we do.
I always do. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
But then watch this. She forgives him,
which was a mistake.
But watch this. She willingly, knowingly what happened, she forgave him. And she let it slide, and they became married, right? So, in the meantime, he's working on this battery, right? Matter of fact, let's stop. Let's go to that. That's the first point. Forgiveness. She forgave the man. So, at that point, that means that she didn't have to forget, but she forgave.
Couldn't have been me.
It couldn't have been you. But, damn it, sometimes that's what happens when you love somebody. You've been there probably, maybe once. Oh yeah, you've been there probably once. Ladies, you've been there probably once. Hey guys, put down in these comments and put thumbs up because this is the part where we're gonna win. Okay?
I never knowingly knew that my man put his penis in another woman and then.
All right, you could have just said sex. Okay?
No, you put your penis in another woman. So I never knew about that. So if that was me, it would have been over right then. But continue though. Okay.
So it didn't happen right away that she forgave him. It took a while. Okay. Mm-hmm. He eventually came over there. Mm-hmm. He said his piece. She forgave him. That's what she wanted to do. She loved him. Okay. She was in love. They got engaged. They got married. Right?
Was it really love, or what? Did she just really need somebody because her mom died?
Well, you have a point. Probably so. She just probably needed somebody. But in fact, when you marry somebody, I'm guessing in my mind, you knew what you were doing or you didn't, right?
Not necessarily. Okay, yeah.
So why did she take it that far? Why would she take it that far if she really didn't care about this man or his ideas of what she wanted to help him do?
She was messed up. She felt like she was forced. She was even walking down the aisle. She was like, my sisters are not here. Her sisters didn't come to the wedding. She was like, so why am I here? I know I shouldn't be doing it, but she did it anyway.
She did it anyway. Yeah. And this is the point I'm getting to. She did it anyway, knowingly that things were just not right. She did it anyway. So therefore now they're in the marriage where he's working on an invention and she's trusting him while working. She wants him to get a natural job to help out around the house. Because now money is getting low. Money that her mother had for her, including some stuff with the house.
Money been low.
It is getting... No. It wasn't low. But until they got married, it started getting very low. Because he was putting so much money into him. Trying to build him up. All right? Mm-hmm. So...
What y'all be saying? Build your man up? Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Just hold on for a second. Built the man up, right? So... It got to the point to where now she's fed up, but there's also people in her head, like her family. People who they don't know, they have problems in their relationships, but they want to judge somebody else's.
But everybody has problems.
But wait a minute. Everybody has problems, but none of them, I don't think they were married. Were they? Were they married?
Yeah, her sister.
Okay, they were married. But watch this. Watch this. If you were happy in that situation, I think that sometimes it's better for a person to really fall on their face to get it rather than people telling them and then ruining something that could have been worked out between that couple, right? But watch this. It could have been worked out, and I'm going to tell you where Taraji comes at fault because she let other people try to run it instead of doing it herself at first. And this is why I feel as though she felt guilty and like she wants to have him now because the battery hit big at this point.
No, you skipping so many parts. Again, mind you, it was 18 years where he graduated from college in engineering.
Right, it was 18
and he
years.
didn't get a job because he just told his wife that he had a felon at 15. So he couldn't get a job. So he lied about that. She still was with him. She still supported him. And after 18 years passed, he still couldn't get a job. And he only focused on his priority, which was only the battery. Taraji Melinda in the movie, she was miserable. They didn't have any kids because she couldn't. She had a hysterectomy when she ran into his trailer.
And man, that right there, she wasn't thinking. She should have looked.
She snapped, but that's what you do when your
snapped.
man put his penis in
But
another
look,
woman.
but that comes from something that's very much so inside that comes out of you, like, and it's not even with women; it's with men too. Like, there's underlying things that happen with us that we don't know that's there. Like, you could have just okay, all right, cool, go back home.
No.
Don't say nothing. Don't even say nothing. You reacted, which resulted in her almost dying. Almost dying. It was not worth it. It wasn't worth it.
It wasn't. Yeah, walking away is the right thing to do, but it's easier said than
But
done.
what the right thing was to do was to what? Walk away, right?
Yeah, but it's
easier said and done. Yes, man. Easier,
we don't know
schmeezier.
what we would do unless we are in that situation. So I can say, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk away. But if I actually see my man with his penis and another woman, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Here's the thing. Now, women seem to people
right
seem to snap, not even saying that with simple things. Like daily things in a relationship that just make people just snap. What you say? And you snap. Or it's a thing of authority or a thing of just pride or a thing of just something small as just a conversation that went left. So that's why I'm saying the right thing to do.
This is not nothing small.
But my point is that there are things that are not small that react in the same way that she did because there's something that's underlying. There's a mental thing that's happening, and sometimes it's just easier to walk away if you know you have a temper, or you say it up front in a relationship. Just don't do this, because I have an anger problem. First of all, there'd be no reason for me to be in a relationship because you done told me what the hell is wrong with you. So I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you.
People don't do that. People don't be telling them, oh yeah,
You
I'm
should.
crazy.
You
no,
should.
But people don't do that though because sometimes when you react, you don't know that you're gonna act like.
But
that.
they got
something
to.
that happens.
She brought it into their marriage, and then he knew she was crazy and still married her.
So,
Why?
Because he wanted that money.
Why? Exactly. He wanted a fallback plan. And sometimes, is that so wrong to have a fallback plan or invest it into somebody that you love?
In this situation, it was wrong because she supported him in every way, with the car, with the school, and everything.
Exactly.
But he didn't provide for her. He didn't give her anything in return.
Oh, but when he came back.
18 years later.
Oh, but when he did.
But with another woman.
No. No, not at first. Not at first. Watch this. This is the good part.
Mm-hmm.
So, when Taraji finally said, pack your things and go, an old friend in which he cheated on her with, she helped him out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she did helped him out, and whoever he was pitching it to, they finally saw the idea, they picked it up. He waited at first because he said that the battery at the time what was offered, it wasn't a lot of money amount of time that he put into it. $800,000 for a battery.
A check for the same day.
Mm-hmm. Came back and Taraji was like, that's not enough. You should have took it. You're a dummy. Now,
because her house that she gave up, to pay for all, the battery, The house was going to foreclose. So she was just like, why would you give up $800,000? We could have had my house back. We could have helped us get out of debt. He's just like, baby, trust me on this. And she's like, no, I'm done. I'm divorcing you.
Yeah, and so
I agree with that.
That was the death wish, though, because that moment right there put both of them at jeopardy because she snapped in that moment. She wasn't thinking. She was so fed up that she was done with it and she wasn't thinking rationally.
After 18 years, I would be fed up too, though.
Now, watch this. As a business move, and I understand this because I work in business, there was no way I was taking $800,000 after working on an invention for 18 years. Are you serious?
That didn't go anywhere though for 18 years. I mean,
it didn't matter after the battery hit. It was worth $10 million.
It was actually more than $10 million.
Okay, more than 10. Exactly. So you just proved my point. $800,000 are worth more than over $10 million.
So you would have did that if the house is about to foreclose.
Oh,
you basically broke.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, but because watch this. In a marriage, if they talk about it, then maybe I guess it's about the survival then rather than the actual sacrifice, right? In this moment, he was thinking, let me sacrifice this because everything that you have done for me, I want to give this back to you 10 times fold,
he
right?
Promised her everything, by the way.
Promised her everything.
Everything.
And he could have, but the fact that everything that he did, the amount of time that they waited, it wasn't going anywhere. At this point, she was done. Now, the fact that he went back, gave her roses, gave her a check for how much?
$10 million.
$10 million. Came up to her job. He said he was sorry. There was no way he could have repaid her back, but he felt as though what was that? He give the money to fix up the house, or he fixed the house up already, right?
He got it out of foreclosure.
He got out of foreclosure, got it back from whoever was trying to move into it, right? Got out of foreclosure, all of that. And then gave her a check for $10 million, gave her some roses, right?
Ooh, roses like that.
No. But watch this. It set it off. He was real player and genuine about it. He was being upfront. He was being a man about it. Hey, this is what you invested into me, and I said I was going to do this for you. Here you go. You could have did anything with that money, and I understand that it doesn't compare to being with somebody, enjoying it, right? But she was already done. She was already done.
And he was already engaged.
He was already in the midst of getting engaged because this other woman that he cheated on her with obviously saw the point. She was business savvy. She understood. In that point, okay, cool. I'm stuck out my neck for you to get this, and you actually got it. Cool. Now watch this. In that moment, they were divorced. The divorce was final. Am I crazy to think that money made her change her mind?
That is.
Am I crazy?
That is what happened because at the end of the day, that's all she wanted. She just wanted help financially from her husband.
And she got it. But at this point now, it was not her husband, but it was somebody she used to love and she invested in.
She still loved him.
Right.
They both still loved each other.
She was invested. So, and that her feelings were. So, she got everything she got back plus more.
No, she didn't get everything. She didn't get everything.
She didn't get him. But she was done with him.
All she got was the $10 million and the house. But he told her that he was going to give her, they were going to be living in a high-rise building, that he was going to give her a boat, and a ring. Because at first he gave her a plastic ring. Mm-hmm. But later on, he gave all of these things to his new fiance. And mind you, why did he get married? Well, why did he get engaged so quickly? Why didn't he be like, okay, let me go talk to Melinda, since he still loves her. Why didn't he do that? No, he just wanted, let me just move on. She done with me. Let me just move on with another one. All Melinda wanted was help with the bills, financially.
But it was common courtesy to say, like, okay, I have to respect that you really don't want to be with me.
Yeah, but that's before he got...
you have to respect it, okay? He knew that there was nothing that he could have changed at that moment to change her mind. The damage was done. She was done.
Okay, she was done. But until he got the money, which is all
Until he got the money, he did it. He gave it to her, he gave it back.
She wanted the money, him, the
She
high
could
rise,
have, no.
the ring.
She could have bought 3 high rises and everything.
No,
She
she
could have
didn't
did
want it
that.
by herself. She waited 18 years. She invested
She
everything
shouldn't
in
have
him.
taken the money.
It's easier said than done. Okay, she was wrong for doing what she was doing, trying to kill Robert and his fiance. But I do understand where she was coming from. You promised me everything. You promised me we were gonna be rich. We're gonna have this boat. We're gonna be happy.
I understand that.
Do you understand it?
She was done with it. At that point of life, she was done with it.
Because after 18 years,
the chapter had
like,
closed.
No.
She
after
closed
18
it.
years,
She closed that chapter.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who was wrong in Acrimony? Was it Melinda or Roberts? Let me hear your side.
Me personally, I really feel like Melinda had a big part in it, but I feel like both of them had some gray areas where they could have worked it out, and that they both had some things happening. So I kind of feel like both of them are at fault for this.
But who is more wrong?
I think that Taraji is more wrong in this situation.
Why?
Because in my opinion, I think that if you were done with this man, and you of course she probably was happy for him, but I think that she thought far into it, and you got a divorce. I mean, what are you gonna do? Get married again or fall in love again?
People definitely do that.
Yeah. So, but it was already done. She had made up her mind. I feel like so. I don't think that he could have just went up there and just gave her a check and some other things and left, but he brought some gestures. And so, because he actually loved her, and I get it. But I feel as though she was probably the bigger cause because she snapped. She lost her mind and she didn't physically have it all there. Because there was a lot against her. So, losing the house, being homeless, she was running out of money. You know what I mean? So she had problems with him, listening to her family. There was a lot going on. So I feel like because of that happening, it kind of ruined the marriage.
Definitely. For me, both of them were wrong. Him for not supporting her, for not providing for her in the beginning through all those years. Mm-hmm. That was wrong, definitely. But she married him because she loved him. She's like, okay, this is my husband. I'm going to give him everything, give me, and that's what she did. But she was more wrong at the end because she actually killed him, which also resulted into her losing her own life at the end.
I don't know if she killed him, though.
She killed him to me because she shot him in the stomach. So when he was already bleeding out, they were on a boat in the middle of nowhere. So, and then she hit him with the axe on his leg. She didn't chop it off, but I'm pretty sure he lost a lot of blood. And then when the crew came back on, they turned him over. He didn't move. So to me, he died. But then again, Tyler Perry kind of left that on a cliffhanger at the end. But she died at the end because she fell into the water. She got her leg trapped. And that's the thing. You could tell that he really did love her because even though she shot him, she chopped his leg off. He reached out for her. And that was just, even though she was crazy, I was like, oh my God. But that's why I think that after he got the money, he could have been like, hey, maybe we could start over.
I guess they were perfect. I guess they were perfect for each other. I mean, they both snapped. I guess something was wrong.
Perfect.
But I mean, I guess it's kind of he upped and married the girl that actually he messed around with her and I can see how that. They weren't, but they were about to. They got engaged. She started looking on his Facebook saying, the boat that he was gonna give her, and all this other stuff. So
do you think that after he got the money, he should be like, okay, I have the money now. This is what you wanted. Do you think we should start over? Do you think he should have did that?
I think start over was farthest from his mind because as a man, if you're done. Or at that point, if he probably honestly felt like, nah, she kind of crazy. But in fact, I am going to. He knew that already. Yeah, he knew that. But I don't think he wanted to give that another go round. I think he was already settled into the woman that actually went the extra mile at that moment to do that for him. So I guess that's where his mind was.
Wow.
Even though she did so much for him for 18 years, in his mind, he was thinking, there's somebody that actually, did something for me. But in fact, I think that it could have been a trap because she probably already saw the girl that, that he, was engaged to. She already saw that, this might be like a business move or something, or, maybe, if I'm helping you do this, maybe, I'll let you stay here a few, weeks, and maybe they fell back into love, or however they was messing around. So maybe they got back at it. But I just feel as though at heart, both of them are wrong, but more so Taraji. And I guess
that's only because she tried to kill him. Other than that, I don't think so. I would like to see like how would their life would have been if he would have chose Melinda instead of choosing the girl that he cheated on her with, because we seen how their marriage were. It was all a downward spiral. It never was like a rising point until they was actually divorced. So like their marriage was like always going downhill. So it would be nice to see how they would have been when they actually got money. They probably would have changed it for the better. They both could have been happily ever after together and started all over.
He should have been smart about choosing what he did, because actually even though this is a woman that was helping him, it didn't help that he left the wallet in the truck. So it's like that's a mistake that no matter what, it's like, damn, you left the wallet in the truck. So now that's a done deal now for her to say, yeah, this is it, get your stuff and you gotta go, right? So in that moment, that's another reason why I think he was just totally guilty, and he felt like he had to do something, and he probably thought, we can't get back together because I've done you wrong, way too many times, so
but after you got the money, that's when you call it quits, when that's all she needed.
I mean, call it quits. I that's what I'm saying. I felt like he think it was already done. That's it. That's it. Fellas, thumbs up if you think that Taraji was right. Thumbs down if you think she was wrong. Ladies, thumbs up or thumbs down. Or if you think both of them were wrong, then thumbs up.
That's a lot of
But somebody is wrong. Somebody
They're both wrong.
is wrong.
They're both wrong. When you're in a marriage, both of you have to work together, and she was working by herself for all of those years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a partnership. It's not just, okay, you work and I'm going to let you do this by yourself. You have to be in agreement. You have to compromise. And they were just unhappy, especially her.
And then one day, I don't know about you, but I hope to one day understand how that works.
With the compromising?
Being in a marriage. That's what I'm talking about.
Hopefully it won't lead to the ending like that in tragedy.
Oh, no, no.
So that concludes the discussion for Acrimony. So make sure you comment below who was wrong. Were they both wrong? Let us know in the comments below.
Peace out.